a lot of the MPs voted for him. But like I said, in the Conservative Party, there's a division. And the only thing against Rishi really is that staff. Because if he didn't resign as the exchequer, other people would have stayed. But his resignation led to other people's resignation. And it's popularly believed that he brought him down. And they don't like that kind of thing.
So lastly on the UK, before we move to the street economics, do you think the UK will survive this economic crisis?
Yeah. Yeah. Because the fundamentals are there. Now, stability has come. The intervention of Bank of England was spot on. And even though when they announced that they are going to stop it, because the central bank has a dilemma. You cannot be fighting inflation and pumping money into the system. So from quantitative easing to tightening, and you cannot be tightening when you are pouring money, when you are buying bonds back, because when you are buying, you are pouring money into the system. But the resilience of the UK economy cannot... right now, everything has stabilized. Once the new PM comes in, in fact, even from yesterday, from her resignation, the selling roads and the market also rates. All market is looking for is certainty. They don't want doubt. So definitely they're coming out of this one.
Okay, let's come back to Nigeria, because I know you're also a financial...
Yeah, I'm a financial economist.
Yes. And I know that you've written a lot of articles on what you call the roadside economy and all of that. What do you mean by that concept? Really?
Okay. Yeah, the concept of roadside economy, it just actually came recently when I started coming to Nigeria, and I'm jogging in the morning, I'm looking at people frying akara, I'm looking at the woman roasting yam.
You don't have that in London, do you?
No.
So do you miss that?
No, I can have it in my garden. Okay. I can grill.
Yes, you can do that yourself, but you won't see that kind of...
No, it's coming up. I saw steak on the street. In fact, the heart of the city, they're very tasty. Well,
that's
yeah, suya, okay. Suya,
okay.
And they do it. Now, my concept of roadside economist is there are two classes of people. There are these economists who stay in the air conditioning offices, who are bringing out policies. Interest rate is today here. They're bringing out policies from the central bank, monetary policies, and the Ministry of Finance, government's bringing out fiscal policies. And I'm wondering, how can they connect with that woman roasting yam, with Mercy? That's her name. The woman I have in her pictures, and also the people that are buying and selling akara. Now, they seem to understand the economics more, because they are the immediate recipient of policies, and they're the immediate victims of policies that are coming out of government. So the concept of a roadside economist is bringing common sense into economics, that government or policymakers can learn from these people that are operating on the roadside.
So I really want to understand that. Do you think, okay, or how much, not do you think, because I know that even those people, even in the olden days, the women that trade, they have a sense of what economics is. Even the woman in Balogun, she may not have gone to a business school, but she understands how to even grow her business and all of that. Now the question is, how much of it do people really understand? And the big part of it is, how now, just like you said, how do the air conditioner seated economists connect to those, on the street? And that is also what my show tries to do every day.
Exactly. But that's what I thought.
To say this is what these people are saying.
Okay. The guy who was making akara, and in that case, I was addressing inflation. And I asked him, why is the size of your akara so small? He said, Oga, I bought beans 400 and now it's 800. That is inflation. So if you tell him that inflation is 20%, you are lying, because he's feeling it. And the kind of inflation figures I get here, they don't add up. If Turkey, for example, is 85% inflation rate, what would Nigeria be? 20 or 20, they're saying. So, because the people on the street know that I bought this thing, because how is inflation, how is it calculated? I mean, if it's food something, the price today and the price of yesterday, or the price this month and the price of today, so they know what they bought this bread for. They know what they pay for fuel. Fuel, for example, you cannot say the price of fuel is what you are seeing on the pumps. It's what you are seeing in the jerry can. That's the real price of petrol. So if the people in the air conditioning office are using the price in the pump, that's wrong. If you are using the price of the official currency rate, that's not the efficiency rate, because the efficiency rate, the guy who is going to import something, who goes to...
But that parallel market rate is also fueled by speculation. It's fueled by speculation, and we're also having, this is a political season right now, so and all of that.
Who is the cause?
It's also fueled by people not even having confidence in the Naira again, and say, okay, all my investments should go to overseas currencies.
See, who's causing that? If the government has refused to provide that confidence, because the confidence comes from the government, monetary policy and government. They are the people that create the confidence. For example, the intervention of Bank of England, when people were, the pension funds were scared, they say, hey, we are here, we are buying the bonds or gilts to stabilize their fears. So the messaging from Central Bank, the actions of Central Bank, the actions of government is what brought, what can bring in stability.
Okay. Sorry to cut you short. I'm just taking a look at our time too, so that we can speed up. Yeah. So we know the things that are wrong in the country right now. Inflation at 20.77%. Our macroeconomic numbers aren't looking too good. We have a debt of over 64 trillion naira if we include the ways and means of the central bank. Though the finance minister said they're going to securitize all of that. How can we fix this?
Okay, it's simple. It's our taste. In fact, the economic quagmire we're in is self-inflicted.
You say what, that is our taste?
Yes, the lifestyle.
Okay, the lifestyle of who?
Well, again, not those of us on the street. The lifestyle of these people who have their children abroad. The lifestyle of people who go abroad for medical checkup. The lifestyle of people who go on holidays abroad. The lifestyle of people who buy their stuff, their water, their toothpick, their generators and all that from abroad. They are the ones killing the economy. Economy is about three things: production, consumption, and trade. Now, if you are consuming, that's the point I'm saying this, if you are consuming foreign stuff and you're not producing, there's no monetary policy modeling you are going to do that to fix your currency, because the demand on foreign currency is high.
But there are no alternatives, and that's why Nigerians are going for...
Well, there are no alternatives. The machine they're going to use to check your medicals, it's not the same machine that if you bring them here, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. There's no other machine. If you bring it here, they can do your scans, they can do everything. But now, if you fix one, fix another one, there's no power to power it. So self-infliction means, why will you not stabilize the power? Why will the government, for example, Asorok, have importation of generators in the budget? It tells they don't have any intention of solving that problem. That's so the only thing. So if I'm in power, for example, I will not, if there's no power in the street, I will not have in the government house. And that's what is happening here. In advanced countries, the leaders are servants. They will people cried, and that's why this woman left. You see, when people respond, the government leaves, because the government or government officials are servants. They serve us. If your employee does not work well, you sack him or her. Now, so if government is serious on this thing, that's what Malaysia did. They closed them for 10 years. Because when you see plane loads of people traveling every day, and what are they going for? What are they going for? If what you are going for does not bring foreign in, then it's not right. Malaysia closed down for 10 years. But do you have the capacity to endure that kind of thing? So it's discipline, and that's the discipline I bring from the street. They are disciplined, they endure, they wait, they don't eat what they don't have. They don't, but here you have more private planes than commercial planes. If commercial planes have problems, how will a private plane, how they survive? Commercial planes are bringing money. So our lifestyle is this. Economic skills is about 5. The first hurdle is where we are in Nigeria, where we need to have technology, transportation, energy, and all that. That's what generates production. We don't have that. And we're living on the last scale of the economic cycle, which is consumption. This consumption. That is not where we should be. Because it's a contradiction. Because a developing economy that needs a lot of hands to do something should not have high unemployment. Whereas developed countries that have almost everything fixed have almost zero unemployment. So his leadership, his commitment is maybe lack of knowledge.
Okay, the last 2 minutes to the end. What else do you have to say concerning what you've written in the past, roadside economists and all of that? Are there suggestions?
Yeah, suggestions are these. If policymakers, both monetary actually should be getting information from the street anyway. I think that's where they get information. If government officials can feel the people, can go to the street, because as I jog on the street, I see manholes cover being removed. Do they know? Yeah. Because they don't jog. Because Nancy, I can tell that a lot of missing persons in this town, in anywhere, will have been through that. If you know manholes, I mean, if you go in, you are gone. And on Abuja streets, have they noticed that the minister of have they seen it, that the manholes are being removed?
And thank you for saying that. Sometimes even when I go around town, I see that some roads are, water is washing off, and I'll be like, sometimes I say, does the minister of Abuja, FCTB, doesn't he pass and see?
That manhole is a danger. I mean, living in Abuja is a dangerous stuff because your eyes have to literally be on the floor. Now, the importation of everything, we should not be importing anything agricultural. We should not be importing orange, we should not be importing apples, we should not be importing milk, we should not be importing anything. All the supermarkets in Nigeria are the enemies of the economy. All the importers of generators are the enemies of the economy.
One will say, just like I asked you earlier, what are the substitutes?
Substitute for orange. You plant orange.
No, I'm not talking of orange.
Or you change your lifestyle. Change your lifestyle. People don't go out to other people's homes. You stay in your house to figure it out. What we are doing here is to run to somebody's house. Run for holiday, you go on holiday. You go on holiday. You do political meetings, you are going to take it to hold meetings. What does that mean? Do you know how much that costs? Okay.
I think we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for coming.
My pleasure.
Thank you for coming on the program. I've been speaking to Dr. Sam Omale, who is a financial economist, and we've talked about two issues: the UK's political, socio-economic drama, as well as the roadside economics, or the street economics. Thank you, Doctor, again for coming. That's the much we can take today, and it's really a wrap from us this week. Join us again next week, Monday. We'll be here live as usual. Be the best you can be the change that you want to see. I am Nancy Naji. The news is up next, and have a great day and a great weekend. Bye now.